Welcome into WTOL 11 News at 6. I'm Michael Sandlin. We're kicking things off with breaking news. Just into the newsroom. The ramp from eastbound I-475 to northbound I-75 in West Toledo was closed for much of the afternoon after a crash, which happened just before 3 p.m. WTOL 11 was at the scene and our cameras caught a motorcycle lying in the middle of the roadway. No details have been released on what may have led to the crash or the conditions of any crash victims. A 31-year-old man was killed last night after his dirt bike collided with a train at a railroad crossing in Monroe County, according to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Deputies responded to the crash around 9:30 on Stearns Road, west of Suter Road, where a northbound Norfolk Southern train was passing through an active railroad crossing. The dirt bike rider attempted to bypass a railroad crossing gate, but collided with the train and was thrown from the vehicle. Authorities confirmed he was wearing a helmet, but he was pronounced dead at the scene, with alcohol cited as a factor. The crash remains under investigation. We have an update on a deadly shooting in North Toledo this morning. Police say a male victim was found shot in an alley near Page and Mulberry Streets around 4 a.m. His identity has not been released, and no information has been released on the suspect either. Authorities searched a nearby building, but confirmed it was not involved. The investigation into the victim's death continues. So if you have any information, call or text Crime Stoppers at 419-255-1111. You can remain anonymous and may be eligible for a cash reward if your information leads to an arrest. All new for you tonight, breweries across the country have been raising prices for beer due to inflation, and the open ones here in Toledo are no exception. Dominique O'Neill spoke to one in West Toledo and joins us in studio with more. Dom.
Michael, craft breweries like Patron Saints Brewery off of Bancroft have increased the prices on some of their beers to compensate for increased labor products costs driven by inflation. For instance, one beer that was $6 has now skyrocketed to $8 in the last year. One of their bartenders tell me they make sure to have incentives for customers to try to compensate for that, such as if you buy 3 cans, you get $1 off on your 4th. Their bartender says they try to hold off on raising prices as long as they could, but after a certain point, they really had no choice.
But just recently, a couple of the things got raised $1 just to kind of ease up a little bit because it had been a long time since he had changed the prices, and it was about time with some of the changes and what costs he was putting into making the beer.
Coming up tonight at 11, we hear from some customers who like to patronize breweries in Toledo about if these prices will change their spending habits. Reporting in studio, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11.
All right, thanks, Dom. Today is Father's Day, and dads in the Glass City were gifted a sunny day to enjoy with their families. One of those spots being Walbridge Park, where dads brought their kids for playtime and cookouts. Corey Guzman, who came to the park with his daughters Denver and Cora, he told us that the most rewarding thing to him is being a father.
The love is just, it's different. It's just the love. It's always the love. You know, you can come home to your mom or your father, or your brother, but the kids always got that most. It's the most. Can't explain it. The feeling. As every father will understand what I'm talking about. The shower the kids give you the love, it makes you feel appreciated.
We always love to see a proud dad. And we here at WTOL 11 want to wish everyone a happy and safe Father's Day. John?
I hope you enjoyed that sunshine today. Feeling a little bit warmer, but the summer heat is going to build this week, and by next weekend could be into the 90s. I have your full 10-day forecast coming up next. Hope you enjoy this brighter and milder Father's Day. Temperatures heading in an upward direction this week. We're going to be warming up to the mid-80s for your Monday, and by next weekend, 90-degree temps will be possible. It's been a beautiful and sunny sky. That Elk and Elk downtown camera does show you sunshine expected for the remainder of your Sunday evening. Temperatures still below average, but still an improvement upon the last couple days with mid to upper 70s. The hour by hour does bring us into the 80s with a few spots south and west of Toledo in the mid-80s for your Monday. I'm forecasting a high of 83 with light east winds at 0 to 10 miles an hour. And even though the work week starts dry, our next weather impact comes Wednesday with storms that'll be likely and a hotter and muggier feeling setting. So the hour by hour forecast does keep dry conditions around Monday, a mix of clouds and sunshine. There could be a slight chance for a brief passing shower Monday night into Tuesday, but it's really not until midweek that we see widespread storm chances ahead of an approaching cold front, and a few of those storms could be on the stronger side. Next couple days do bring the heat. 87 degrees Tuesday and Wednesday with storms likely midweek, and the long range outlook is going to feature hot, hazy and humid conditions with above average temperatures, and by next weekend sunshine and 90 degrees will be possible.
All right, well, thanks so much for hanging out with us and spending some time. We have a full show coming up tonight at 11. We'll see you then.
Turning up the heat and humidity this week, temperatures close to 90 degrees and also some midweek storm chances. I'll have your full 10-day forecast coming up tonight at 11.